Okay, good morning. Welcome to Math Project 45. Oh, we forgot to put the Lego guys in.
2 in each now.
Two in each today. Okay, welcome to Math Project 45. In the multiplication problem below, A, B, and C represent different digits. What three-digit number does AAB represent? So sorry, apparently I couldn't write this morning. So we've got AAB times C. AAB, that's a number, times C equals 1, 3, 4, 7. Okay? That's what we're trying to figure out. And the only thing we know, by the way, is that A, B, and C are all different numbers. Okay, now we've never done a problem like this.
So you mean A is the same number, these two A's are the same number?
Yeah, those two A's are the same number. So this might be like 217, oops, I guess not with the two A's being the same. So this might be 225 times 6, for example.
But I don't think that equals 1, 3, 4, 7.
Why not?
225 is a small number, because 200 times 6 is 1,200.
Yeah, it could be close.
Could be pretty close.
Okay, but how do we know that 225 times 6 wouldn't be equal to 1,347? Actually, it's a good question to ask. Why isn't 225 times 6 equal to 1,347?
Well, I see they're all different numbers.
Okay, they are all different numbers.
The two A's are the same.
Yeah.
How would it not equal?
How do I know right away that this isn't the right answer? 225 times 6.
Because 25 times
Okay. Well, let's look at what this is, just for fun. This would be 6 times 200, right, which would be 1,200. Then plus 6 times 20, what's 6 times 20?
5 times 20 is 100, so it's 120.
So it's 120. And what's 6 times 5?
30.
30. So this is 1,350. Turned out to be pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but how do I know that's not the same number? The reason is it ends in a 0. So I didn't have to multiply it all out to know it ends in a 0. How would I know this was going to end in a 0?
Well, it has this 5.
It has a 5, and numbers that are divisible by 5 either end in 0 or 5.
Yeah.
So this was either going to end in a 0 or a 5, and so how did I know it was going to end in a 0?
It's a 5.
How did I know it was going to end in a 0 and not end in a 5?
Well, because 5 times 6 is 30.
Because 5 times 6 is 30, so it ends in a 0. Okay, so now the interesting thing is we know this number ends in a 7.
Yeah.
Okay, got a little smudge on the whiteboard there. This number ends in a 7. So can you think of two numbers that multiply together to end in a 7? Are there two numbers that multiply together to end in 7?
Well, not two same numbers except if they're
Well,
halves.
they don't have to be the same number.
Well, there's 3 and 4.
No, multiply, sweetie.
Oh, right.
3 times 4 is 12.
Right. 1 and 7.
Okay, 1 and 7. 1 and 7. 7 is 1 times 7. So maybe, what if C was equal to 1? Could we have a 3-digit number, like 423? Sorry, it would have to be 443. Could we have a 3-digit number times 1 equal a 4-digit number?
No.
Why not?
Because anything times 1 equals itself.
Anything times 1 equals itself. Right. So that's interesting. So maybe C is equal to 7. Okay? So we better check, is 1,347 divisible by 7? So why don't you do that for me? 7 into 1,347.
Yeah.
What's 7 into 13?
I think it goes into 13 one time.
1. And then you pull down the 7 here. Okay, 13 minus 7 is?
6. Bring down the 4.
Bring down the 4. What's 7 into 64?
What's the remainder?
Yeah, that's fine. What's 7 into 64?
And then the 64 is 9.
Okay, so write a 9 up there. And what do you write down here? 9 times 7 is?
63.
Okay, and what's 64 minus 63?
1.
1.
And then the 7.
So does 7 go into 17?
Well, yes, it does. Well, it goes into it 2 times, but it's a remainder.
There's a remainder. So is 1,347 divisible by 7?
Nope.
Because there's a remainder. Okay, so you have to wait till the end. Okay, so 7 doesn't work, so that was a good try. Okay, what about, so we were looking for things that end in a 7. 17 ends in a 7. Does anything multiply together to be 17?
1 and 17.
1 and 17, okay, but that's right, it's only 1 and 17, so there are no one-digit numbers other than 1, and we already said C can't be 1. Okay, what about 27? Are there any numbers that multiply together to be 27?
9 and 3.
9 and 3, okay. Alright, what do you want to try first?
Let's try the 9.
Try the 9 first? Okay, let's see. 1, 3, 4, 7. Okay, let me write it up here so there's a little more room. 1, 3, 4, 7 divided by 9. Okay, I'll do this one real quick, okay? So it's 1, and then there's a 9. 13 minus 9 is?
Is 4.
4. So now we bring down that 4. 9 goes into 44 3 times. So it's 36. And then 87. 9, and then there's a remainder 6, right?
Yeah.
So 9 doesn't work.
Well, it's
But
now it's 3.
now we have to try 3. So why don't you do this one? 3 into 1, 3, 4, 7.
You forgot the 3.
3. Okay?
3 goes into 3 goes into 13. How many times?
Yeah. How many times does 3 go into 13?
4 times.
Okay? 4. What do you do?
3 times 4 is 12.
Okay.
1, and then another 4. 3 goes into 14 how many times? Still 3 times 4 is 12.
Okay.
4 times. And then
What do you do now?
4 times 3 is 12, and you subtract, which is 2, and then 7. 3 goes into 27 9 times. The answer is 449.
Okay. Now, we know this is the right answer. How do we know that AAB was 449?
Well, the 2 A's are the same.
2 A's are the same. Okay, so we've never done a problem like this, but you know, there's lots of problems like this out of our book. So I thought we'd try one today, and the first way we thought about solving these is just guessing. You look at the last number and you say, how many different ways are there to get that number?
Yeah.
You start looking around and then you kind of stumble on the answer.
Yes.
Okay,
By accident.
good job. That was a good job on the first time you've ever done that problem. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, here's practice problem number 2. You have 5 Lego figures. Actually, you have quite a bit more than 5, but let's pretend you just have 5. Each day you want to play with 2 of them. How many days in a row can you play with these minifigures without having to play with the same pair of minifigures? Okay, so do you understand the question?
Yeah.
How many Lego figures do you have?
We have 5, but I have about 100.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so but you have 5 for real in this problem. And you want to play with 2 of them every day. And you're gonna play with them, but you don't ever want to play with the same pair of minifigures.
How many days can you do that for?
So how many days can you go with playing with a different pair every day? So here's your 5. Okay. So pick one guy for the first pair. Who do you want to be in the first pair? No. Okay, this guy. All right. So how many people can he be paired with? So how many days in a row can you play with this guy and one partner?
Yeah, 4 days.
Okay.
Because you can be with him, and him.
Okay, so guy number 1 gets paired with 4 people. Now, can you ever play with this guy again?
No.
Why not? Once you've played with this pair, this pair, and this pair. Why can't you ever pick this guy again?
Well, it's going to be one of the pairs.
Because it's going to be paired with one of the pairs. So what do we have to do with this guy for now?
Let's check them out.
Chuck him out. Okay, go ahead and chuck him out. Okay, now pick guy number 2 who you want to play with.
Number 2 is going to be Mr. Chi DX.
Chi DX, okay. So how many people can Chi DX be paired with?
It's going to be paired with 3.
Okay. Why can't he be paired with this guy that we threw out?
Well, because there's 4 pairs and they'll be the same pair again.
Okay, right, because it would be the same. We've already played with this pair. All right, so guy number 3. Now, can Chi DX, can you ever play with Chi DX again?
Nope.
Nope. What are you going to do with him?
Throw them in the garbage.
I bet you won't.
Yeah.
Okay, so what should we do next? So the number 2 guy can be paired with three guys.
Then this dude with the
Okay.
rifle.
Okay. So how many people can he be paired with?
2.
All right.
If you ever played those 2 guys, you can't play this.
Okay. All right. And what are you going to do now?
Let's put him over there.
Okay. Now, how many guys can guy number 4 be paired with?
Number 4.
Number 4 can be paired with how many guys?
1.
Just 1. It's just this pair. Then you check him out. And how many people can number 5 be paired with? 0. Because he's already been with all the pairs. So how many days in a row can you play with your minifigures without having to play with the same pair of them? 10. So if you have five minifigures, you can play 10 days in a row without having to pair with the same pair. Okay, well that wasn't too hard of a problem, was it? Okay. Oh, let's not forget the homework.
Yeah.
Okay, so the homework problems are, we are on Olympiad, if you believe it or not, we're on Olympiad 55, number 1 and number 3. And if you want, on number 3, you can use the Lego minifigures on number 3. Okay? Great job today, sweetie.
Awesome.